Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion and the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you'll find a description of the day's astrology as I have spelled it out here. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of the day's astrology, may give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Seven of Cups, and it is here because it correlates in astrology to the last 10 days or the third decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, and cups in tarot are water element symbolism, and water element symbolism is about the feeling life, our emotions, our intuitions, and what arises with them. So, we have emotions and intuitions often in response to experiences that we have had, and then, we want to sort of assess that situation. What did that feel like in our body? What kind of questions, insecurities arose for us? What kind of sort of certain understanding or knowing might have arisen for us as well? I don't know if I used that word correctly or not. So we come to the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups, is really about, being in an emotional and intuitive state of considering our options. It can be a real dream big kind of mode, sort of like this Neptune conjunct Jupiter down in Pisces, where, whatever it is that we, can conceive of in terms of great, big, expansive circumstances in our lives, if we can believe in them, we can move in that direction, right? So we're dreaming up big things for ourselves. We're dreaming up sort of a finer, a bigger, expanded, a more interesting, a more fun, a more engaging future for ourselves. And we're thinking about from the heart what those options might look like for us. Now, with the Seven of Cups, with cups comes the matter of, sometimes illusion, right? So we have to be careful that, it's okay to engage in some wishful thinking, and it's okay to engage in some fantasy, but we have to be careful, as always, to understand that wishful thinking and fantasy don't always reflect the reality of a situation, okay? So you can be engaging in wishful thinking or fantasy about any of those options that you're dreaming up for yourself, but you have to understand that you don't necessarily know sort of the responsibilities that arise with those freedoms, sort of the burdens that will arise with those expanded possibilities. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this card over. Oh, friends, the Ace of Wands. Okay. Ace of Wands is about fire, spark, initiative, drive. It's a very big go for it. It's kind of a thumbs up card. And I'm laughing, and you know this if you tune in regularly. I'm laughing because I've been getting this card a lot lately. In fact, I think we just had it a couple of days ago. So, it's a yes card, but it's not just a yes to anything. It's a yes to what feels inspiring. It's a yes to what sparks our energy and our drive and our desire to move forward on something. If we are offered an opportunity, or if we are inspired to do something, and it just feels like a heck yes, let's do it, grab that baton and run with it, then that's what we are to do with that Ace of Wands. And here on the page, what do we have in terms of the Ace of Wands? Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Sun in a quincunx position here with Mars. We've got this golden unicorn horn we've discussed a couple times, and it's no longer Venus sextile to Pluto at the root of this horn. Now it is Sun sextile to Pluto at the root of this horn. So, Sun and Mars, both very fiery, but Pluto is also a little bit fiery in its own way. It brings a lot of power. It brings a lot of passion to the situation. So, Sun's sextile to Pluto here is really, it's really giving us an opportunity to open up with others about things that we would normally keep hidden, things that we are, sort of maybe embarrassed about, or or just things that, you know, we're not sure other people can relate to, now is a good time. It's a very cooperative vibe between those two planets to relate with others, to help, to give people an opportunity to relate to things we would normally not share with them. And that might include some, you know, inspiring idea that we want to move forward on, that we want to take initiative on, but that perhaps we could use the help and understanding of another person to help us do that. Okay. So having opened up about these things, there's a certain freedom of, you know, sort of letting other people in on our secrets that comes with it. And this is the foundation of this Mars and Gemini sort of, Mars retrograde, let's not forget, and Gemini sort of vibe here. Okay, so they are the foundation of the horn, and then the Mars is the focal point of the horn. So what this big horn is pointing toward, what sort of level of transformation this is pointing toward, is saying, you know, yes, we want to take action on something. It would probably be best, and Mars and Gemini is going to say this too, to share with others about what it is that we're trying to take initiative or action on. And it would be best to sort of be open to the ideas or the assistance, the sort of pushing or pulling power of other people to help us move in the direction of that goal. Now, Mars and Gemini, especially retrograde, it's a little scattered. There's, you know, going to be this idea that we have to try again, try a two-pronged approach, be willing and open to try different approaches. It's not going to be as simple as just like, heck, I'm going to grab that baton and run with it and everything's going to go great. It's actually going to be like, I might have to do a relay race here. I might have to, you know, take some initiative and then hand off control of the baton to somebody else for a while so that we can run this race together. So, you know, this is telling me kind of it takes two, or at least it takes more than one to take initiative on something at this time. And that it can help us a lot. It can really give us a cooperative advantage if we are sort of open about our inspirations, our good ideas, our reasons for feeling excited, and this sense of initiative with other people. Okay, and then taken together with the Seven of Cups. Have we already done this? I don't know. Yes, what comes across here is the heck yeah, right? And this is also going to include, you know, not just you standing here taking sort of intuitive and emotional stock of these options, these things that we might like to act on or move in the direction of, but it's more like two people standing here taking stock of these options, dreaming together about what can be made of this inspiration and this sense of initiative. And again, you know, there's the guidance to say, you know, like even if it's something you might have said yes to when you were dreaming about things, if it arises, if the opportunity arises and it doesn't feel like a heck yeah in the moment, then don't jump on that boat, okay? If it arises and it doesn't feel like a heck yeah in that moment for both people involved, then it's time to sort of sit back, reflect, take another approach, see what other options there are available to you, okay? Mars in Gemini in retrograde is going to take a lot of consideration and reconsideration. It's going to take a lot of thinking about how we normally take initiative, and sort of embracing different options for taking initiative, right? Embracing different options for taking action. Maybe normally I would do it this way, but now I'm going to have to think about doing it a different way and maybe even have a backup plan for that, okay? Because the normal way of doing things just isn't likely to work right now. And especially if you are like me and a lot of people in the world and you're used to just taking initiative toward things on your own, not including other people in your big plans and schemes, you know, wanting to get it all done for yourself. That's an admirable set of goals, but it's not always realistic. So understand that when we are sharing our excitement, our sense of initiative, when we're sharing our inspirations and our good ideas, so that we can make achievements with other people, that it doesn't just matter what feels like a heck yeah to us, it matters what feels like a heck yeah to the group. And that we're going to have to take other people's ideas, thoughts, emotions, intuitive responses, ways of doing things into account as well. Okay, it gets a little more complicated, and it does slow the process down. So you don't just get to grab the baton and run with it, right? You have to think about it first. You have to feel, you have to sit with it for a little bit. You have to negotiate the way forward. And, that's for a reason. That's for a reason. It's a good idea to occasionally involve other people in the things that we're doing. It's a good idea to give other people input into the way we approach taking action on things. It's a good idea, occasionally just to reassess the way we approach taking action on things. I believe that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.